here. That said, the fact that we get to mix and match all these battles that we didn't see yesterday, it's very new build. It's going to be Conor Shanahan against Eli Hutunji. Eli didn't qualify yesterday, scraped.
Shanahan has said he wants to go one step higher on that podium today. Can he do it? Eli Hutunji in the chase position. He's going up against a very strong lead. Through the gears they go. Big clutch kick initiation as Eli Hutunji positions the BMW up to the side of Conor Shanahan's GT86. They come down the hill. Shanahan looking rock steady as ever as Eli Hutunji taking all the opportunity to try and push the pressure in to his favour right now. Can he push Conor Shanahan to a place where he's uncomfortable? I'm not sure he can in this chase position at the moment. Shanahan round the first hairpin, looks steady. Upper gear he goes, absolutely flies through outside zone 6 as Hutunji fires on the angle into outside zone 7. They come a little shortcut of the circuit there for Hutunji, but it doesn't do him any favours. The Shanahan drag race is effective.
You know, as you watch that initiation, Eli Hutunji not on major angle, quite on the inside of the track, not giving Shanahan a whole lot of room to manoeuvre on the inside, and puts Shanahan on a weird line compared to his lead run, but you can see he gets a bit of understeer coming down the hill, but at the same time, Eli Hutunji drops a wheel, knocks half the bumper off, and at that point, we're kind of saying it's kind of even Steven. Now Shanahan starts to put a bit of, you know, proximity in there, nothing too crazy. Watch him on the inside here, just gets caught a little bit, puts a wheel up onto the inside of the grass, and again here, just flirting with the inside of the track, but keeps it moving. Now he knows he can make the attack here. The last second dive on the transition and then onto the door, and I know like the judges are, what's the lasting memory of that run? Conor Shanahan all over the side of Eli Hutunji. That's the exclamation mark. I can see Conor taking an advantage here. We'll see what the judges say. And it looks like there's no surprises. Conor Shanahan goes through to the... We'll move it along to our next battle. It's Marko Zakharil against Dmitry Ilyuk. Big, why he is this good. Here we go.
Here we go, Dave, off the line. Zakharil to lead out Ilyuk for a spot in the top 16. Awaits the big show ahead of everyone. Big initiation for Marko Zakharil, and cannot see Dmitry Ilyuk for love nor money at the moment. And here's Ilyuk washing through that inside front clipping point. You can see him shortcutting the circuit, trying to keep up with the pace of Marko Zakharil. Marko Zakharil's car on an absolute another planet right now for speed as he squeezes the accelerator, and you can see Ilyuk once again shortcutting the track, wheels up on the inside of the curb, just trying to find the side of that BMW of Marko Zakharil, but Zakharil is on another planet with the pace as Ilyuk makes a last-ditch dive up to the door.
A storm of a lead run here and hope that Zakharil will get caught in the smoke.
He's going to have to hope that Marko Zakharil does get caught in the smoke, but I've got a feeling, Dave, that Zakharil's going to be right up onto the door, and you can see Zakharil waiting right there on the back bumper as Ilyuk fires down, and he knows that there's a big smoke screen being thrown from the back end of that S14, but look at Marko Zakharil right onto the bumper, onto the side. He shortcuts the circuit, almost gets himself caught up on the inside. Does Marko Zakharil as he hunts once again for the door of the Ukrainians' Nissan 200SX. Through the hairpin they go. Zakharil there, almost a nudge from Zakharil as he pushes the Ukrainian driver up and around, bullying him around the circuit right now as Ilyuk gets forced into the final turn. Zakharil almost gets himself caught in the corner, and Zakharil dives onto the back bumper.
Wow.
Well, here we go. Decision is in. Slide him left for Zakharil, right for Ilyuk. One vote for Zakharil. There we go. Zakharil gets the win. I don't know about this one.
I mean, Clemens Caudier from Austria, very, very close. Proximity is what it's all about here. And at this stage of the competition, especially 2 days in the second round, you got to go for it.
You certainly have, Dave. Through the gears he goes up onto the door goes Krzysztof Romanowski, though, as he starts to give Clemens Caudier some room for manoeuvre now. Oh, look at the dial, angle dialed on by Krzysztof Romanowski, but he hooks a wheel on the inside curb, and that's damaged or hurt the car and hurt the line. And now Romanowski struggles like a wounded deer in the background to catch up to Clemens Caudier. Could this be the shine for Clemens Caudier that he needed to try and get away as he puts foot to floor through the centre of the circuit? Krzysztof Romanowski starts to catch up that lost ground, gained back by shortcutting the track. Caudier not on a bad lead line at the moment. Final outer zone to go, and across the line they go.
Still incredible to think that an A86, the Austrian driver, is in the chase position now. Krzysztof Romanowski in the lead position. That BMW E46 got a lot of pace, but so has that carbon Kevlar Corolla. Look at the eyes of Caudier as he eyes up Romanowski for a dive here on initiation. Oh, wow. Big separation.
Yeah, big mistake there for Caudier. He pulled the handbrake, and that really upset him. That slowed him down, lost a lot of pace. Now he's playing catch up. Krzysztof Romanowski stands on the accelerator, and he knows he can see across that there is no Clemens Caudier stuck to the door. Oh, but that's super wide transition super wide from Krzysztof Romanowski, and I'm afraid that could be 2 wheels off track. Our judges will have to confirm that one as they come through up onto outside zone 6, a straighten from Cartier as they manage to make their way down into the final outer zones. Cartier makes contact and spins.
Yeah, he spun in right at the last moment, and I could just look over at some of the Austrian fans who put their heads totally confused. And it looks like Cartier wins the battle. And we're going to go back over to Kevin O'Connell. Kevin.
His lead run, then we shut the run down for safety reasons because it's...
They were so surprised, probably as surprised as anyone to see they were going up against each other at this early stage. Burkowski not really on it this weekend. Will Zalewski take advantage of that?
Well, he's going to try to, but look at Burkowski, fires on the angle, on the door he goes. And it looks like Burkowski's found some pace in that car. Wow, Burkowski flirting with danger as he fired down. Oh, what a straighten for Burkowski. Just could not hold on to it. As Adam Zalewski starts to pull away, gets a little bit of separation between the two of them, and Zalewski will be feeling a little bit more comfortable now. He hasn't got that blue Nissan on the door, but he has as he gives him a tag. And Burkowski makes another error, lights up the tyres. There's a rolling burnout to get back drifted again. And Zalewski stays in it, fires into outside zone 7. Burkowski shortcuts the circuit. Shortcuts do not count, and they do not pay dividends.
Have a look at the bottom of the screen. Perfect.
Wow. Zalewski now sits in the chase position, Burkowski to lead.
Now, surely not at this stage, Adam Zalewski, surely not. He can't throw away an advantage like this. Well, stranger things have happened as they come through the gears. Burkowski, very close initiation from Zalewski. Probably didn't need to risk that much on initiation, but he did. But look at Burkowski putting a little bit of speed on him here. Is Zalewski holding back a little bit? Is he trying to play with his opponent here and just dive in at the slower sections? Look at Zalewski out, putting wheels in the outer zones in the chase position. He is really on it this weekend as Burkowski transitions back. Burkowski doing a good job of collecting those inner and outer zones. Now Zalewski's going to try and make a little bit of an impact here. And a little bit straight lining from Burkowski there, late on the angle, allows Zalewski to get back onto his rear bumper as they come into that last section. Very late transition from Zalewski. He's doing that better than anybody else. That last ditch turn of direction into that corner, and it looks so impressive. I think he's hammered it home there. Would be surprised if we don't see all of these arrows go left, and indeed they do. Zalewski goes through to the top 16.
Shanahan's take on Norbert Zamic right now, and the Hungarian driver, Dave, right now is a bit of a threat because he's an unknown entity.
He is, and he also has beaten Jack Shannon in the past.
Yep.
And Jack said, you know, Shannon has got the lead position. He's a higher qualifier. This will set the scene. Zamic got nothing to lose here. Throw it onto the door, see if he can take down the man who finished up on third at the podium. But at the moment, what a rocket ship Shanahan's car is. Out of the blocks, he has left Zamic for dead, and Zamic has a fast car.
He certainly has a fast car, but he doesn't have the pace right now. Shanahan on a very nice lead line at the moment. Zamic on the inside. Look at that. Shortcut in the circuit. He's going to shortcut that outside zone to try and catch up with Shanahan. Shanahan flying at the moment. Dole's on nice big angle. Does it upset Zamic just slightly? Zamic going to find himself on the inside. Wheel up on the curb once again. There's Norbert Zamic looking for an opportunity to dive onto the Irishman. He just does not even get there, not even shortcut in the final turn. Shanahan looking unstoppable.
See what happens. Lights on green, and here we go.
Yeah, off the line, Dave, through the chicane, and Norbert Zamic looking wild, flicking the car left to right. Jack Shanahan not letting Norbert Zamic get away this time. Yeah, look, again, Shanahan playing with the throttle, modulating the throttle, hardly any tyre smoke. Oh, jumps over the curb, though. That was how he broke a wheel last time. Let's hope he's not in the same situation as he was before. Shanahan now edges up onto the side of Norbert Zamic's S13, very wide once again for Zamic on the outside zone. We've seen guys lose battles there, 2 wheels off, could hurt him. Oh, wow, look at Shanahan on the transition, always takes the back end off of Zamic's S13. They come down in front of the grandstand for the final turn. Perfect transition from Shanahan, wide from Zamic. That's going to open the door right up for Shanahan to jump onto the side.
Yeah, Zamic dropping a couple of wheels there, and that's for a space in the top 16. Kevin and David and Vernon all saying Jack Shanahan going through. Kevin Piscolti has yesterday 2 zeros. We didn't get to see him battle. Diogo Correa from Portugal has got a lot of pace, a lot of speed. It's going to be a very interesting battle.
2 BMW E92 smashed through the gears and down the track. Big initiation from Piscolti. It's Piscolti in the lead position. Correa, who's got a very fast car, looking like he can't catch up at the moment. Dives down, he's going to shortcut, dropping wheels on the dangerous part of the circuit. Oh, look at Correa making a dive on the inside, but now he's going to shortcut the track. Big straight and big mistake from Diego Correa at the moment. Now as Kevin Piscolti looks good in the lead, fulfilling all of those clip-in boxes at the moment. Diego Correa, though, not letting him get away, not letting Piscolti escape. He knows once he gets out of reach, it could be the battle done and done. But Kevin Piscotty absolutely flying, fulfilling all of those outside zones. Perfect lead line from Kevin Piscotty.
I think Correa getting a little lost in the smoke.
He's eager.
He's very eager. And the lights go green offline. Look at the acceleration of Greinbach.
Just he could have. Look at the way he shift through the gears. Fourth gear, big flick left to right. Diego Correa fires down, throws that car into it. Piscotty not as close as what Diego Correa was in that chase position, giving him some room, but he carries the pace and the speed into the circuit, down the back end. Oh, Piscotty goes wide. Fires dirt up in the air. Now he's jumping across the curb. Piscotty looks like he's falling apart right now. Diego Correa looking really strong out front. Kevin Piscotty needs to hold himself together. Wheels on the inside of the curb once again from Kevin Piscotty. Diego Correa keeps his cool, jumps onto the outside zone, and Kevin Piscotty shortcuts the outside zone to try and gain some proximity.
Yeah, kind of swung back the other way there very, very quickly, because simply, from my perspective,
Oh, there we go, one vote for Diego Correa. Diego Correa gets the win, advances through
to the start line. We have got Benediktas Čerba going up against Raharovski. Raharovski is, you know what? Benediktas Čerba is in the lead position. He's going to hope that he can get a lot of the work done from here. He can get a really good lead run, and the chase driver struggles, makes a mistake, makes an error, takes the pressure off him. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens as well here. Raharovski going for a dive up to the side, but he's on the inside, Dave. Drops the wheel on the inside of the circuit. Benediktas Čerba puts caution to the wind, absolutely fires down the outside of the circuit. Raharovski now looking for the side, straightens massively as Benediktas Čerba fires more angle on it down on the bottom end of the track. Benediktas Čerba looking strong as ever as he fires through the second hairpin now. Raharovski shortcuts the track, wheels up on the curb. Early transition for Raharovski as he tries to find the side of Benediktas Čerba's BMW, but nothing in it. And this is scrappy for Raharovski right now as Benediktas Čerba goes wide on the long line round, and Raharovski shortcuts the circuit and gets it all wrong, Dave.
Yeah, Raharovski, from my worry about the lead car, he doesn't, he doesn't have to worry about anyone else. Solid lead run, pace in that car is Benediktas Čerba.
I think Benediktas Čerba's going to play this one safe. I think the sponsors would have said to him, give him some room, but not from that angle, that's a sure. Benediktas Čerba looked like he was going for the back bumper, but now separation opens up as Benediktas Čerba goes very wild into the outside zone for Raharovski. Oh wow, 3 moves on the inside of the circuit, and it all starts to fall apart right now for Raharovski as Benediktas Čerba keeps his cool, looks for the back bumper of the GT86. Through the hairpin they go, and Benediktas Čerba sticks it to the door, waits for the transition, puts on more angle to slow the car down as Raharovski tries to evade Benediktas Čerba. Čerba looking strong though out back, shortcuts the track, jumps up onto the door and pushes Raharovski across the line.
I'd like another angle of that. We're going to predictably say that Benediktas Čerba is going to take this, and he is. He's going into the top 16, no surprise there. If you're an avid...
The happiest man on the grid.
And you know, on this particular track, Axel Francois. Francois got that consistency in that position. Let's see which one weighs out here.
We're certainly going to find out, Dave, through the gate. They come through the chicane. Mikael Reinhardt said this car scares him. Well, we know that Axel Francois doesn't have all the pace. Oh, a big waiver out front for Axel Francois as the drone just catches it. And once again, a waiver from Mikael Reinhardt. Axel Francois once again on that perfect lead line out front that opens the door. Wow, big jump across the curb from Mikael Reinhardt as both the front wheels leave the circuit. Slam back down again. He keeps going, kicks the clutch, gets himself back into the fight, looks for the back end of that GT86. They come through the center of the circuit, down into the final turn. Mikael Reinhardt looks for the side of Axel Francois. Little Toyota, just enough in it as they cross the line.
I'm just looking at that one, and I'm too. He's going to pull something out of the bag here in the lead position.
Certainly has, Dave. Look at this, getting chased down by the drone is Axel Francois. Look at the pace in Mikael Reinhardt's car as he starts to lay down. But Axel Francois not letting him get too far away now. Francois just keeping him in sight as they come through the back end of the track down through outside zone 3. Mikael Reinhardt though starts to put a little bit of distance between him and Francois. Francois goes on a very wide line, holds onto it though, doesn't drop wheels off the edge of the circuit as Mikael Reinhardt now navigates his way through the center of the circuit. Wheel up on the curve, very shallow angle from Mikael Reinhardt, absolutely flies away though. Down through outside zone 7, and Axel Francois shortcuts the outside zone, jumps off to the back bumper and narrowly avoids contact.
Did enough just at the end, I think, Axel Francois. More time. One more time. Is this the first one more time?
It's the first. When we move it along to the next battle on the line, it will be Torani Kavir to take on Christopher Baum. You'd like to think so, Dave, but who knows? These guys get in the zone and they get it in their head. What goes on in there, who knows? Look at this for Christopher Bond, though. He knows he's got a perfect lead line to follow as he absolutely fires down. Oh, a little wobble from Christopher Bond as Taurani Kavir keeps his cool. Christopher Bond finds himself on the inside of the circuit on throttle nice and early. It's Taurani Kavir as Christopher... Oh!
Kavir's car shut down. Coming out of this corner, and then it just shuts off. So that's a strange thing. Like, he would be on full throttle here, and then the car just shuts off. Kavir has limited options. He's got a what do they call it? Limited menu of gears.
Limited menu of gears, and well, he's going to be topped out pretty quick as he fires in, and you can see already the pace difference. Yeah, and that car just cannot drift in such a low gear. Unfortunately, nothing in it, and I wonder if Taurani Kavir has just turned that gearbox from a whole bunch of gears to a whole bunch of neutrals in one swift turn.
Yeah, I think he might have lost third gear now.
Yeah, I think he's just lost every single gear in the gearbox.
He looks to me like he's freewheeling. No, he might have, he's a little bit of drive left in the car. Look, a brave move. No such issue for Christopher Baum, and we can't take anything away from him. He's actually just put in a stormer of a lead run. Well,
the grass, and there we go, we need to make it official. Christopher Baum gets the win, advances through to the top 16, and
along to another Austrian driver in Gregor Cavalier. He's gone up against the Italian Manuel Vacca.
They go at it on track right now through the chicane. It goes Vacca. Look at that, through the gears, such aggression as he changes gears. Manuel Vacca flies away. Gregor Cavalier stares down the circuit. This man knows the track like the back of his hand, but can he find anything in it? Look at that, nice line to gain that proximity bag. Oh, but he goes a little bit too wide, drops a wheel off the edge of the track, jumps over that second inner clipping point. Now he starts to look for the side of Manuel Vacca's BMW, and you can see Gregor Cavalier very, very slyly, shallow angle, gets up onto the door of Manuel Vacca's BMW, transitions back, oh, together. Nice transition from Gregor Cavalier as he looks for the side of Manuel Vacca's BMW.
From my perspective, I've got to look at the bottom of the screen.
Catching a few mistakes. We swap them around now, and Gregor Cavalier gets to lead out Manuel Vacca, spotting the top 16 away. There's not many of those available anymore. Through the gears they go. Little flick from Gregor Cavalier as Manuel Vacca lets him get away, and Manuel Vacca finds himself on the wrong part of the circuit. Oh, Manuel Vacca's all over the show. He's going to go very wide as he drops wheels on the back end. Now Manuel Vacca plays, oh, but Gregor Cavalier goes off circuit.
Well, there is a calamity of errors there. Did Vacca zero before Cavalier?
I'm not even going to try and make that call, Dave.
I'm trying to think. So.
Oh, Vacca now on the grass again.
Groundskeeping. We're going to need groundskeeping in here. I'm trying to decipher what happened on that first run. I'm going by what Kevin O'Connell said.
Off where he was 4 wheels off, so that's a double incomplete in that run. Different to our earlier incomplete because the chase.
Perfect sense.
Yeah, 4 wheels off the track, he ain't going anywhere. Felix Lindvall goes up against Zach.
So off the line they come. Felix Lindvall screaming through the gears in the lead position, goes for a nice initiation. Oh, and Mikolai made a massive mistake there, handbraked and put himself in a really bad position. Now he's going to go very wide. You can see the dust kicking up in the background as Mikolai tries to find a side of Lindvall's S15. No such luck. Oh, he makes a nice little dive up onto the door, though, shallows up the angle. Felix Lindvall fires on the angle through outside zone 5. Look at that, cool, calm and collected. Oh, and up onto the door once again goes Mikolai as he forces himself into the pocket, but gets wheels up on the inside of the curb. And another driver starts to cut the grass here in Greinbach as Felix Lindvall puts foot to floor, starts to drive away as Mikolai absolutely glued to the door.
Whew. I don't even know what to make of that.
No.
There's a lot. Right, let's move it along. It is very warm again here.
It's getting very hot.
A little bit of rain. I don't believe it anymore.
No.
Zakruski in the lead. Big advantage here. I think Lindvall knows he's got an advantage. Initiates very late. Lindvall, he's got to be careful here that he doesn't have an incomplete run. He's got a lot of ground to cover here. Lindvall, Zakruski now, this last part not to go off the track again. Yeah, much tidier this time. Goes to show he has a lot of talent, and when he wants to, he can make it very, very tidy. Zakruski now transitioning back into the hairpin. Lindvall, oh, a little bit of a whip into that corner. He's losing a lot of ground. He's got to be careful about not having an inactive chase here, because Zakruski's, if he gets to the end of the run here and Lindvall hasn't got to that second last outer zone, oh, it's very close. If it's anything, it's very, very close. Lindvall Linval making it hard work.
Do you know what I think happened there, Dave, on the initiation? I think...
Zakrzewski, it's a one more time again, and I have absolutely no idea why. Kevin, talk to us. Is that... Yeah, we're on a one more time here. So Francois and Reichardt went to see Francois in the white GT86, Reichardt in the blue BMW. Let's see what happens. Here we go, through the gears and off the line and up the hill, ready to throw it into that first corner at over 120 kilometers an hour. So much speed.
Yeah, absolutely flying. As Michael Reichardt now looks like he's gripped that car up. He's going to go for a big dive. Dials on the angle. Oh, catches that barrel. Drops a wheel in, and there's a big straightening from Michael Reichardt once again in the chase position. Looks like this is a replay from run one as Michael Reichardt starts to make a whole host of errors in that chase position. As Axel Francois starts to fill all of those clipping boxes up with yellow stars. And Michael Reichardt makes a wild ride over the curb, almost hits the back end of Axel Francois' GT86. One last outside zone to go and across the line.
Yeah, at times on that run, it's hard to tell if Michael Reichardt is driving the car or the car is driving base position. And Reichardt is in the lead position. Now, Francois hasn't got pace. You can see he's jumping off the start line here a lot.
Yeah,
try and match that pace. That's clever. But will he be able to avoid him on entry? Reichardt still fast into that first car. I think. Oh, it's a little straight from Francois. He keeps it moving though, but Reichardt's car is so fast. I mean, he's made all the mistakes in the chase position. Now he's absolutely left Francois for dead. It's almost a car. He's missed an outer zone though. And he's off the grass. That's 2 wheels off.
Francois shuts down though. Stops
what has happened? How have they both incompleted?
How have they both? And I think Francois incompleted before Michael Reichardt. Just putting it out there, Dave. Just putting it out there.
It's never easy.
It's never easy, Dave, to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, that is our job.
So Axel Francois' car, Francois or Michael Reichardt, and it's a one more time again. And they are in a one more time battle. So remember, Linval had this battle won. Competition.
He certainly has, Dave. Well, the good light goes green, they're off the line, and it will be Felix Linval to lead. And look at Nikolai as he screams down. He knows how fast Felix is, and once again, Nikolai gets caught out on that initiation from Felix Linval as he absolutely flies away. Nikolai almost made the same mistake again, dropping wheels on the outside edge of the circuit, but holds into it now as Felix Linval on a very nice qualifying line. But look at Nikolai, edges the front end of that Toyota onto the door of the S15. They come through the second hairpin. Felix Linval opening the door and leaving it wide open for Felix to get, for Nikolai to get right up on the inside. Wheels on the edge of the curb from Nikolai as they transition for the final time into the last two outer zones. And look at this, Nikolai on the wheel, almost touching wheels across the line.
Not going to get that, you know, it's definitely,
look at that, look.
Definitely gone way ahead of the lead car. So, wow, he's initiated on the inside of the track. This is a risky move from Linval, but it does keep him in the game, but still didn't work for him. He had to come off the power a little bit there because of the shortness of angle he had, and it might not have worked out that early jump off the line.
No, I don't think it has, Dave. And now once again starts to find himself shortcut the circuit, drops a wheel over the inside of the curb there as Nikolai starts to pull away, and Felix Linval once again getting left in a cloud of smoke, and not sure what the train of thought is there, or if that car doesn't have the pace. And whoa, I thought that was going to be a big mistake there from Nikolai as he put that car on a big angle on that transition. Nikolai takes it across the line.
And indeed it is. It's Nikolai Zakrzewski that goes through to the top 16. Max Heidrich against Oren Nielsen. Two guys who didn't have the best of days yesterday.
No, it paid off because missing yesterday has gave them a better opportunity today with a stronger car. Max Heidrich through the gears. Look at that, Oren Nielsen on the back bumper. An early initiation from Oren Nielsen as he knows the speed of Max Heidrich, the German driver, is absolutely incredible. Look at Heidrich as he absolutely blistering pace down the back end of the track and puts some serious distance between him and Oren Nielsen, but throws big dust up into the air as Heidrich drops tyres off the edge of the circuit. Wide transition. You can see Oren Nielsen just trying to shortcut, just trying to dive here, there and everywhere. But Max Heidrich is like a man possessed right now as he hammers down through the final turn, looks at that final outside zone and drives away.
Interesting. How big a mistake was Max Heidrich's wheel drop at outer zone 3? Just go around the track and do not score 0.
You say that, and then in my head I'm thinking, he's going to spin out or crash.
It's a tough track.
Oh, wow, look at Heidrich. Heidrich like a wild beast, and look.
Oh, you couldn't ride it.
You couldn't ride it.
You could not.
Oren Nielsen, I just knew something was going to happen, Dave. I had that feeling.
I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have said anything.
I should have said nothing. I said all he has to do is get around the track.
All he has to do
is get even around the first corner, and he went in like a bat out of hell, straight into the gravel. Couldn't ride it.
You could not ride it, Dave.
This
you
top
couldn't
32. I just don't even know if knowledge or I know that we count for our knowledge counts for nothing here. Everything is too unpredictable. We have no idea what's happening.
I laughed because it is so. It's going to be one of those days where ridiculous stuff happens.
No, it's the end of the battle.
It's the end of the battle, so we can change his tyre.
We can change his tyres. Alexander Strano, one of the newest drivers in the Drift Masters European Championship.
Got nothing to lose, Dave. He looks for the light. He's creeping forward. But look at that. Vincent gets the jump off the line, and he says, goodbye, Alexander Strano. You need to be on your game if you're going to take me down. Absolutely blistering pace from Peter Vincek right now as they come down the hill, and Alexander Strano says that guy is as fast as lightning as they come round into that first front clipping point down the hill into the second one as Peter Vincek holds it together. Now this is incredible for Vincek. Look at this, perfect almost from every single clipping point as he shallows up the angle for outside zone 6 down the hill, and Alexander Strano is going to be in a position where he's going to have an inactive chase if he's not careful. Vincek crosses the line, Strano just about in it.
That was a no contest.
No.
Not that much of a pace advantage.
Well, I mean, that is a question that needs to be answered, and here we go, we're up the line, Strano through the gears, and he knows that Peter Vincek is going to be absolutely flying in that chase position. Past the judging tower they come, Vincek gives him some room to manoeuvre, washes a little bit left to right as they come down the hill, and you can see Vincek playing with him like a cat with a mouse as Alexander Strano slams on the handbrake for outside zone 3, back on throttle nice and early, goes Strano, drops a wheel on the edge of the circuit as Peter Vincek holds off, shallow transition. You can see him balancing that car, handbrake, foot brake, just trying to work it, get it into the groove, get it up onto the door and into the back bumper. As Alexander Strano goes through outside zone 6, dials on the angle, and this is where Vincek's going to make a last little dive up onto the side, onto the wheel and across the line. Left for Vincek, right for Strano, and there we go. Unanimous. Peter Vincek gets the win. Joe Hutunji.
Now, normally, you're going to say Joe Hutunji's got the advantage, got the experience, struggling with his car. Caelan Kierton knows his car, but struggled with the battles yesterday. Let's see which way this one goes. They come off the line as Caelan Kierton to lead in Joe Hutunji. Very aggressive from the start here.
Yeah, look at the aggression already from the German driver as he doesn't even give him some room. This is the closest we've seen anyone down the hill, and close is an understatement as Hutunji pushes Caelan Kierton into outside zone 3. Now he has to back off and think about it as he comes down into that second inside clipping point. And Joe Hutunji's going to wait for the transition, perfectly timed as he looks for the side of a wounded Caelan Kierton. Caelan Kierton not doing a whole lot wrong so far, collecting every single outside zone. But Joe Hutunji seems like he's found the groove for this brand new BMW. Up onto the door again he goes. Early transition from Joe Hutunji as he once again looks for the side of Caelan Kierton's BMW.
Well, my facial expression says it all. You can't see it, but I've got a face that says, did that thing again? Can he take it to the door of Joe Hutunji's BMW M4? They are off the line and it's ready to go. Joe Hutunji going through the gears. Look at Kierton, he's ready for it here.
Yeah, he certainly is. He goes to do or die move. He goes to jump up onto the side of that BMW, and now he's in the same position that Joe Hutunji was when he chased him down. But now a little bit of separation opens up as Hutunji looks for that perfect outside line. Caelan Kierton, no messing around, goes a little bit wide, but he's on him. Onto the door he goes. Oh! And a big error from Caelan Kierton as he understeers. That's going to be down to the gear change as he comes into that hairpin section. Joe Hutunji stays in it, foot flat to the floor as he navigates his way through. Is this the first battle that the Red Bull Drift Brothers are going to win in the brand new cars? Is this a sign of what's to come as Caelan Kierton comes out of nowhere and says, I'm still here, let's just have some fun. Oh, Joe Hutunji up the curb.
Caelan Kierton, like a real know where we're going with this. As the judges drop in, it is going to be Joe Hutunji. Joe Hutunji getting the win soon, maybe.
Coming up soon, maybe. Who knows? Well, this one, I mean, I laughed.
And it's definitely going to happen like this.
And then it happens.
Yeah, but it's fun to watch these fellas. It's hard to predict. Here we go. Heidrich to lead it, Nielsen. Here we go at it again. Nielsen has got to keep it together here. He had a great chance at the last. Oh, a little bit of straining from Nielsen. He's a little out of control coming down the hill. Heidrich, bad line through there, missing the outer zone. And this is where he had big issues the last time. Oh, Nielsen's absolutely ramped off the track.
Nielsen
I think Max Heidrich has had lady luck on his side here.
As I said to you, Lady Luck climbed inside that car at the beginning of that second battle, and he has been very, very lucky.
Because Nielsen had a great opportunity
That was
to
a
seal the deal.
rodeo.
And now Heydrich sits with exactly the opposite of where he was after the first run of the last battle. He had a 10-0 disadvantage. The most predictable thing that's happened in quite some time is Max Heydrich is going through to the top 16, and also, for no apparent reason, it just looks very cool.
And they love.
Francois once again in the lead position. Michael Reichardt once again in the chase position. Will we ever find a winner? We have to right here as they come through the gears. Axel Francois is in the lead position, Reichardt in the chase.
There we go, Axel Francois fires that car through outside zone 1, and now he starts to put a little bit of distance between himself and Michael Reichardt. Reichardt looks like maybe loosened that car off a little bit to make it more drivable in the chase position. Was that a wrong decision? As now Axel Francois with that cool, calm, collected vibe and that very nice lead line puts Reichardt in a place where he has to jump the car over the curb. Michael Reichardt, though, doing a very nice job in the chase at the moment. Looks like he's pulled himself together. As Axel Francois rides the curb, down the hill he goes into that final turn. Big flick left to right as they get into the outside zone. On the door goes Michael Reichardt.
But Reichardt makes all the mistakes in the chase position. Now, he's not made the mistakes. He's 2 wheels off the ground. That is like, you know, at this stage now, he's got to know that it's not going to be an easy win here. He's been told by his team that Reichardt's put in the best chase run he's done of all this forward line. Francois fires him, and Reichardt's very fast here. He's going to go off the track. No, he stays on the track. Amazing pace, and now Francois is finding a little bit of pace down the hill here. This is much better than from these two drivers as they come into this last section, missing that outer zone as Reichardt. Francois is collecting them, but not having the proximity. As they transition into this slow hairpin, Reichardt in the lead position. Francois now trying to cut the track a little bit to get back into the fight, but he still can't make a big impact. He's got to dive into this last corner. He's got to shortcut a little bit. Reichardt has the pace there. And it's going to Axel Francois. Axel Francois is getting the win. I gotta come on most events. You find a battle like this, that spirits bring the confidence back up, see how far you can go in the competition. He's gonna have to bow out here. Linus Yunsu is gonna have to throw his E92 BMW close as possible. Massive separation from the off.
Yeah, huge separation already, Dave, as Max Miller backs out the throttle ever so slightly down the back end of the hill, gets the front end of that BMW up in the air, down the hill he comes into the slow braking zone, into that second front clipping point, and now Max Miller once again starts to drive away from Linus Shinosu as he puts foot to floor. Linus Shinosu trying to shortcut the circuit, but Max Miller's car seems to be on an absolute another planet right now. Pulls away through the second to last outer zone, and Max Miller hammers down across the line. Not the cleanest chase, but gets the 16 awaits. Just 2 more to go before we will head to top 16 competition later on this afternoon. Lights light up as soon as we get the bottom one illuminated. They can leave the start line. There you go, Max Miller caught napping a little bit there as he gets drag racer right across the line. Max Miller, though, early initiation through outside zone 1. Wheel up on the inside of the curve for Max Miller. Doesn't back out of it, stays committed as Linus Shinosu absolutely firing down into outside zone 3. Max Miller looks for the door. Comes through, shortcuts the circuit ever so slightly. He's going to shortcut the circuit once again to stay within proximity of Linus Shinosu as they transition back into outside zone 5. Max Miller drops a wheel on the outside of the circuit, and Max Miller loops it around and throws the battle away.
I cannot believe it, and I was just watching that, and I think it may have been the late transition from Linus that actually threw off Max Miller. He left his transition too late and spun the car out. I cannot believe, after giving, you know, again, we go one way, we think something predictable is going to happen, and he will bow out here as Linus Yunsu gets the win and goes through to our top 16. 16 years of age, he hands over all the experience to Oliver Randalou from Estonia.
Away from Oliver Randalou, or he isn't. No, he's not. He's going to wait until he gets the signal to go, and that's a bad decision from Max Cotton there. Randalou's car is absolutely deadly fast, and look at this from Randalou as he throws up the smoke screen. Fires down into outside zone 3, and you can see Cotton carrying the pace, carrying the speed in to the back end of the circuit. Max Cotton's car, though, lacking that little bit of pace. Can he shortcut the track, or is he going to stay on that qualifying line? As Oliver Randalou makes his way into that second hairpin, now you can see Max Cotton is starting to climb back up onto the side, shortcuts the track, looks for the back bumper of that BMW. But Randalou hammers down, drives away, dials on the angle into that second to last outer zone. Max Cotton goes for the dive, a little bit too much angle, just struggles to find the pace.
After the top 32 we've had.
No, I'm not either, Dave. Through the chicane comes Max Cotton. Oliver Randalou gets through there hot and heavy. Max Cotton, big clutch kick initiation. Absolutely pinned is Max Cotton through that first turn. Oliver Randalou not letting him get away though, looks for the side of the rear bumper. Gives him a little bit of room to manoeuvre down in the outside zone. Oh, a little waver from Oliver Randalou there. Oh, Max Cotton goes very wide. Cotton drops way wide off the edge of the circuit, stays in it. And Oliver Randalou looks at Max Cotton like a wounded
maybe a
deer.
tactic from Max Cotton, thinking if I go in very fast, maybe he'll make a mistake behind me. But
Oh,
in the
wow,
end,
look at Randalou.
right up onto the door here. There's no need for this. I think Randalou's got the advantage already, but he's confident enough to stamp it home. And Randalou, what an incredible finish to the run. And Max Cotton, well, he pushed it.
Final spot in the top 16, 1 vote for Randalou. There we go, Oliver Randalou gets the win. We have coming up, Conor Shanahan will take on Marco Zaccaril, Clemens Gradier will take on Zalewski, Shanahan will take on Diego Correa, Benedictas Scherber will take on Axel Francois, Christopher Baum will take on Manuel Vaca, Mikolaj Zarkovsky will take on Max Heidrich, Peter Vincek will take on Joe Hutanji, Linus Shinosu will take on Oliver Randalou. That is top 16.